Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. Maxi Kleber is a name the Lakers could be interested in moving. A forgotten piece of the infamous trade between the Los Angeles Lakers and Dallas Mavericks, where Luka Doncic was sent to LA and Anthony Davis to the Mavs, was the addition of Maxi Kleber in the deal to help make salaries match. Although injuries have sapped Kleber of the player he once was, the Würzburg, Germany, native helped give Mavs fans another connection to Dirk Nowitzki. Kleber had a broken foot at the time of the trade, and he only appeared in Game 5 of the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves, playing 5 minutes. He's entering the final year of his deal, worth $11 million, and the Lakers may have tried to shop him around recently. December 27, 2024. Phoenix, Arizona, USA, Dallas Mavericks forward Maxi Kleber, 42, against the Phoenix Suns at Footprint Center. Mandatory credit, Mark J. Rebelizamain Images / Mark J. Rebelizamain Images. The Lakers will sign Marcus Smart after he agreed to a buyout with the Washington Wizards, but they needed to free up more space to do so. They already waived Shake Milton, but they needed one more move to make it happen. Something they tried to do before waiving Jordan Goodwin on Monday was shop around Dalton Knecht and Maxi Kleber, per Anthony Irwin of Lakers Lounge. The Lakers have a couple of paths they can head down. 1. The Lakers would prefer to complete some type of a consolidation trade, where they send out an expiring contract and Dalton Knecht, and they bring in a player that they are more confident will help them this year and continue on without having to waive Jordan Goodwin. Eventually, the Lakers just didn't want to move any future draft assets to get off of those salaries, and caved in to waive Goodwin. Kleber is the healthiest he's been in a while, per NBA insider Mark Stein, but he suffered a lot of injuries the last few years, and may not be the same player. Lakers have waived Shake Milton and Jordan Goodwin to create space for Marcus Smart. On Saturday, veteran guard Marcus Smart agreed to join the Los Angeles Lakers on a 2-year, $11 million contract after the Washington Wizards bought out his previous contract. But first, the Lakers had a little work to do to be able to legally sign Smart. With almost no room left under the first apron of the NBA's salary cap, they needed to make a couple of roster moves to free up enough space to bring in Smart. On Sunday, they started by waiving guard Shake Milton, who was due $3 million this coming season. Later, they also waived guard Jordan Goodwin, whom they called up from the G League at midseason. Milton was thrown into the late December trade that brought Los Angeles forward Dorian Finney-Smith for D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and second-round draft compensation. A 7-year veteran, he never really cracked Coach J.J. Redick's rotation, and he averaged 3.9 points in 11.5 minutes a game after joining L.A. Goodwin, 26, showed some promise in 29 games with the Lakers. He put up 5.6 points, 3.9 rebounds, 1.4 assists and 1.0 steals per contest while shooting 38.2% from three-point range. The Illinois native consistently hustled for rebounds and loose balls and showed a willingness to play hard on the defensive end. Since Goodwin has 4 years of NBA experience, he was ineligible to be a member of the Lakers on a 2-way contract. Rob Pelinka facing backlash after Lakers' decision on Sunday. After a first-round playoff exit this past season, the Los Angeles Lakers entered the offseason determined to address key issues on last year's roster. The team sought to add size, toughness, and improve perimeter defense, while upgrading their bench areas that repeatedly let them down during the postseason. With superstars Luka Doncic and LeBron James under contract for next season, the front office moved aggressively to put the right pieces around them. On Saturday, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that Marcus Smart is set to join the Lakers on a 2-year, $11 million deal after finalizing a buyout with the Washington Wizards. Smart gives the Lakers a physical, high-IQ guard who can defend and handle secondary playmaking duties. Washington Wizards guard Marcus Smart, 36, Rick Osentoski-Amain Images to make room for Smart. However, the Lakers needed to clear roster space. On Sunday, the team waived Shake Milton, whose $3 million salary for next season was non-guaranteed. Later that same day, Charania reported that the franchise waived guard Jordan Goodwin. The 25-year-old earned consistent minutes under head coach J.J. Redick late last season, appearing in 29 regular season games and 4 playoff contests. The Los Angeles Lakers have waived guard Jordan Goodwin, sources tell ESPN. Goodwin emerged as a key rotation piece for J.J. Redick late last season, playing 29 games and 4 playoff contests. Goodwin and Shake Milton were released to clear space for arrival of Marcus Smart. While the Milton move was largely expected, the decision to release Goodwin drew strong criticism from Lakers fans who took to social media to call out GM Rob Pelinka. "Knew why Pelinka," one fan wrote. "The Lakers take one step forward then 2 steps back, absolutely ridiculous," another fan added. Rob Pelinka waved a defensive demon but kept Alex Len, another fan posted. "Pelinka has zero creativity when it comes to making deals," a fan said. "Pelinka just sucks at the little stuff. Pelinka really has no clue how to make an off-season trade, another fan mentioned. "How you finna waive one of your best players?" another fan questioned. Lakers signing 2 new free agents to bolster depth. The Los Angeles Lakers are bringing in 2 new pieces to flesh out their roster ahead of the 2025-26 NBA season. LA's offseason to date has been low-lighted by its decision to let 3-and-D combo forward Dorian Finney-Smith depart for the rising Houston Rockets in free agency, but the Lakers have also made some solid under-the-radar signings. LA team president Rob Pelinka has brought in former number 1 pick DeAndre Ayton to serve as the club's new starting center, has brought in stretch 4 Jake LaRavia for added frontcourt shooting optionality, and just recently inked former Defensive Player of the Year guard Marcus Smart to a 2-year deal using the Lakers' biannual exception. ESPN's Shams Charania reports that Los Angeles intends to ink promising, defense-first young center Christian Coloco to his second 2-way deal with the club, and will sign undrafted rookie free agent former Vanderbilt forward Chris Manon to fill another of LA's open 2-way slots. As Charania notes, Manon had suited up for the Golden State Warriors' California and Las Vegas Summer League squads earlier this month. Charania adds that Coloco had other suitors this summer, but ultimately was compelled to re-sign with Los Angeles. Coloco is a seasoned NBA vet at this point. The 7'1" Arizona product, 25, suited up for 37 games with LA in 2024-25. Averaging 2.4 points on 60.6% field goal shooting and 71.4% free throw shooting, plus 2.5 boards and 0.4 blocks in 9.2 minutes per. In 10 regular season contests for LA's G League affiliate, the South Bay Lakers, Coloco averaged 14.8 points, 8.3 rebounds, 3.1 blocks and 1.8 dimes. He was first drafted by the Toronto Raptors in 2022 and appeared raw but intriguing that season, but was waylaid by a blood clot issue and eventually waived. After the NBA cleared his comeback, the Lakers snagged him on a 2-way deal. Manon, a 6'5" wing, was a 2-time All-Ivy Tourney honoree at Cornell before transferring to Vanderbilt for his 2024-25 senior season. There, he averaged 6.6 points on .533/.235/.783 shooting splits, 3.7 rebounds, 1.7 steals, 1.3 assists and 1.0 blocks a night. Lakers superstar eyes new rivals in quirky offseason saga. The Los Angeles Lakers are Luka Doncic's team now, there's no doubt about that. Yet, while their young franchise cornerstone has given them new life, the way that they prioritized him over LeBron James appears to have rubbed the latter the wrong way. On top of that, as James creeps ever closer to retirement, many have considered it possible that he plays out the 2025-26 season with the team he started with, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Unfortunately for James, if that was the case, the Cavs aren't exactly jumping at a reunion. In fact, while there's obviously interest in the 21-time All-Star, the logistics make it difficult to foresee him playing for anyone except the Lakers. Barring a buyout, that is. With that in mind, James's decision to opt into his contract for the 2025-26 season is precisely why he's in between a rock and a hard place. Lakers LeBron James eyes Mavs in quirky offseason saga. Though there's an obvious connection between James and Cleveland, there's at least one other franchise that really caught his attention, the Dallas Mavericks. While he opted into the final year of his contract and does not appear to be an imminent trade candidate, writes The Athletic's John Hollinger, that doesn't necessarily mean returning to the Los Angeles Lakers on a one-year deal was at the top of his wish list. In particular, the whispers about him having eyes for Dallas, a place where he could have teamed up with former teammates Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and young phenom Cooper Flagg, before opting into his deal were hard to ignore. James wasn't willing to leave $52 million on the table to take a non-taxpayer MLE or something similar from the Mavericks or another team, Hollinger adds. A buyout seems similarly unlikely. Hypothetical trade scenario. Last week, The Athletic's Dan Woik and Joe Vardon reported that Mavs have interest in James, but not if it requires them gutting their roster. It's unclear what or how many players they would trade for James if the opportunity presented itself. However, there are multiple frameworks that would work in a potential transaction. One such option is a three-team deal that includes the Brooklyn Nets, who have $19.9 million in cap space. If Dallas were to trade Daniel Gafford, or P.J. Washington, to the Nets, they could send a combination of Klay Thompson, Dwight Powell, Brandon Williams, and Gafford, or Washington, to the Lakers. The Mavericks would be trading three projected rotation players, Gafford, Washington, Thompson, for one in this scenario. However, it can be argued that James is as valuable as at least two of those players combined, if not all three. Win now mode? Ultimately, a contract buyout agreement is the most feasible way for him to get out of Los Angeles. If so, he may choose the Cavs over the Mavs given his connection to not only the franchise but Ohio itself. Unless Dallas doesn't care about adding the four-time NBA champion while they're in win-now mode, that should be a motivating factor for them to get him themselves. Lakers fans believe this is the last dance for LeBron James in Los Angeles. With LeBron James entering the season with no contract beyond this year, Lakers fans believe this is the end of his time in a purple and gold uniform. Welcome to SB Nation Reacts, a survey of fans across the NBA. Throughout the year we ask questions of the most plugged-in Los Angeles Lakers fans and fans across the country. Sign up here to participate in the weekly emailed surveys. LeBron James is a name that garners an emotion from basketball fans the moment you say it. This summer, his intentions and actions have been overanalyzed to a point we haven't seen in quite some time. What is known is LeBron opted into his contract with the Lakers and neither side discussed an extension. With LeBron about to enter year 23, a feat no NBA player has accomplished, and rumors swirling about him potentially asking out at some point, we asked Lakers fans in our latest SB Nation Reacts poll if he'll remain a Laker this season and how much longer he has left as a basketball player in Los Angeles. Underscore 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 underscore. When it comes to James asking out, 68% of Lakers fans don't see that happening. This is a very high number of fans thinking all the noise regarding James potentially asking out is just summer boredom. Given that LeBron has never been traded mid-season before, has always honored his contracts and just opted into his player option, James remaining a Laker for the 2025-26 season is the most logical conclusion. Until we hear otherwise from LeBron or reports of actual conversations regarding a James trade, everyone should remove LeBron from the trade machine. However, what happens next summer? As an unrestricted free agent, will LeBron return for year 24? And if he does, will it be as a Laker? Regarding if this will be LeBron's final year as a Laker, 80% of fans think it will be. All good things must come to an end. Whether we like it or not, there can't be much left of LeBron's career. It's interesting to wonder if these Lakers fans who think this is the final season James will be in Los Angeles also think this will be his last year of NBA play, but that's a question for another day. Hopefully, LeBron will give us an update on his basketball career. Does he plan on playing past this season? Will he give us enough notice for his last year so fans can prepare accordingly? For now, it seems Lakers fans are certain this is the end of his purple and gold days. So, consider attending a Lakers game this year if you want to see LeBron play in Los Angeles at least one more time.